Hello everyone, I'm Yeti from BU Gaming and today we are back in Animallica. So let's get going guys, let's clear that. And we did manage to grab that little fox and rabbits last time, so I'm really happy about that because I don't always successfully manage to get all three of them. Let's see. Oh, we got some resources in here. That's nice. Let's see if we can find some more because we need to make ourselves some weapons. We're gonna need a pickaxe and an axe so that we can cut down some trees. Here we go, and mine some of these rocks here and get some resources from that. Let's see. I also kind of wanna go. Should we head out there today or, well, we might do it, let's see. Let's just head over here a little bit. Let's try and grab some of the stuff here because I kind of really want to make it all the way down there towards the balloon, so which is kind of the teleport in the game. In the top left corner you can kind of see when I look this way. Well, it might be really hard to see on the video, but in the top of that little radar thing there are some little icons. One of them is for the horse, which would be Chrome, but it will be for any rideable horse that you find in a biome, because many of these biomes have a rideable horse and you can't bring it to another biome. It's only in that biome, but you can use it while you're there and you can place it wherever you want it to be, and then it will be there the next time, right? But anyway, there's also a balloon, which is kind of the teleport when you want to get to some other biomes, and that's kind of where I want to go first, so that I can go to a place that is going to be where I'm going to set up my base, so I can set up some storage there, and then that is all ready before we really get started on hoarding stuff. Yeah, I think something has been messed up a little bit here. There's supposed to be a dead tree right here, like the one you see over there. There's supposed to be one here. I don't know what happened to it. Remember that you can only cut dead trees, any tree without leaves. Yeah, so you cannot cut down that one or that one. You can only cut down these ones for resources. So that is what we are gonna do. Let's see if we actually have enough now that we can make the things we want. You're also not gonna want to skip any bird's nests, guys, especially if you're gonna rely on your bow and arrows in the beginning of the game. Most people will, because you won't have that much ammo for pistols and other firearms, right? Let's see, we also have this little place here. You could snatch up some of these. They will give you some resources you would want, but I'm gonna leave it because I always kind of feel a little bit bad about, you know, stealing this stuff from this place, and it just looks so pretty. And if you like taking screenshots like I do, I just wanted to mention you can press H when in game and it removes the UI, as you can see. Then you can press F12 or whatever your shortcut key is for Steam, or if you're using another program to take screenshots, or you can press P and you can hear it actually makes a little screenshot sound, and those screenshots from using P will be in your documents folder. On your PC, at least that's the default path. Unless you have changed it, there will be a folder for Animallica, and in that one you'll find the save files for the game, as well as all the screenshots that you take with the P key. So anyway, let's go in here. I want to see if I can actually make some of this stuff. You could also choose to make a bone club, but I don't really usually use the melee weapons much at the moment. I want to wait until we get something better, but we're definitely gonna want to make some arrows. So we need sticks, metal shards, and feathers, and this is why you're not gonna want to pass up on any of the nests that you encounter, or at least early in the game. Later on you'll also want to loot them because sometimes they have a chance of dropping some rare feathers that you'll need to buy some special items, but in the beginning it's just important if you want to make some arrows. You can also buy feathers from the traders though, but we don't really have access to the traders just yet, so right now this is nice. Let's see if we can make, we need tools, so let's see if we can make a stone axe. We need hardwood, duct tape, and sharp stone. we have that. Oh, I have 2 sharp stones, so I should be able to make this as well. We're gonna make a stone pickaxe. Nice. Yes, okay, so now we have a couple of tools as well. That is lovely. Okay, cool. So this one is gonna give us some clay. Depending on how they look, the different rocks in the game, they'll give you specific resources. You can hear this one has like this kind of a little bit of a wet sound to it. And yes, right now it takes a little while to mine any of this because this is a terrible weapon or a terrible tool. It's poor quality, but later on you'll get better tools and then it will be faster to actually mine or cut down trees. But let's just grab a little bit while we are around here. I don't actually really need clay that much at the moment. Let's just go over here, but I definitely want this one because this one is gonna give me gold. You can see it has like a little bit of a gold color to it, so never pass up on that because you'll be able to turn the gold into coins and get money that way. And these are they spawn more rare than most other rocks, so it's just a good idea to grab them whenever you see them. And then let's get a little bit of wood as well, because it would be nice to have to make so that we can make some storage. Just some beginning storage. We're gonna need so much storage in this game. Especially if you're a hoarder like me. But if you want to do a lot of building and crafting and things, then you're definitely gonna want to be able to store a whole bunch. Fortunately, we have more screenshots. I don't know what's going on in my brain right now. We have more inventory slots now than we used to in the past. We used to have a lot less inventory slots, but after they made this new inventory system, we have more slots, and it's not as critical to go and make some storage and get that set up right away. I just tend to do it anyway because I will fairly quickly get my inventory filled up with stuff, and it's just kind of nice to have a place and say this is home and this is where I'm gonna drop off all these things, right? So anyway, let's go over here. We do have this tree here. Oh yeah, now I know. I don't know if you guys noticed that sound. It sounded like a deer, which I wouldn't really expect to see right here, but I think it's because we can hear the ones that are usually somewhere on the other side here. So I guess maybe they're still there, but we're not gonna go there just yet because we wanna go this way. How big is this place down here? Well, we might do it. This one would give you coal, but it's not really something I want right now, so we're gonna skip it. And then we're gonna get the gold instead here. I usually skip this part with the little islands down here because I kind of want to move along. And then just go down here later, but maybe we'll break things up a little bit and do things a little bit differently this time. Do we usually have any animals down here? I don't really remember. Let's have a little look. I don't want to go too far over here as long as I don't have normal arrows on me, because we are gonna get attacked. When you see that purple thing down there is a spawner. So as soon as we get down towards it, something is gonna come at us. So I want to make sure I have arrows. I could use my pistols because I do have a little bit of bullets. Now I want to see if we can actually survive just with this, but I might have to do a melee weapon then and not use this, because I kind of prefer using the bow, and just to kind of illustrate that you can make do without these, because you will quickly run out of ammo for this and then you will have to run around and buy it. But on the other hand, we don't have a lot of arrows, so see, we can only make another 4, and we're definitely gonna have some enemies to deal with down here. It's just me making things harder for myself. I don't want to use these. You can technically kill the enemies with tranquilizer arrows, but they're really hard to come by for a while still. At least you'll need a lot of resources to make more tranq arrows. So I don't really want to use them to kill anything. I don't think there's anything out here. that will try to attack us, but I don't know, maybe something has been placed. But I don't remember if there's any animals out here. We might. Animal bone. Then we have the stone hammer. But this is for picking up furniture and stuff. Not really something I would want to use. We actually don't have a lot of options anymore. They've made so many changes. We used to have more options for what we could craft in the beginning. So the only thing would be this, but I haven't actually gotten an animal bone. Okay, well, I might end up getting myself into trouble by not using the pistol, but we'll see. We will see. I'll definitely have to be careful with aiming with my arrows. And hopefully I can find a few more feathers or something before we get that far. Sometimes you'll also find boxes on the ground that has arrows in them. So eventually you'll be finding so many that it makes up for any arrows that you might lose. You can actually pick the arrows back up again after killing something. If you are fast enough, that is. Let's see. Let's grab the alcohol. What is this? Some canned food, matches, stew. Nice. Oh, we found a common frog. Nice. This was just added in one of these, the latest update. Well, we had some bug fixes, but 2 weeks ago we had the last beta update. And this is one way that you can put in a vivarium, and you actually needed to craft the vivarium along with some other resources. But this is something completely new, so that's cool. That's one place we can find a frog. Technically, you could probably use this as a weapon, but it only does 4 damage. So, yeah. What does this do? Oh, it only does 2 damage. Yeah, that's very low. That's a very low for sure. This does 7 damage. Yeah, melee weapons not really gonna help much with these in the beginning, but of course they might be better than nothing if you run out of ammo. Okay, let's have a little look-see. I'm not seeing. That's more clay. Let's ignore it. Just like to explore every little nook and cranny because you never know what you're gonna find. Well, I have a feeling what we're gonna find out here, unless it has been changed, but there might be new things, like for instance the frog. That was new to me because it wasn't here the last time I started over in this game. But this, oh yeah, this should be nice. Yes, look at that. And we got 30 arrows. Ooh, okay. Well, I knew about the crossbow, but I wasn't sure if there would be any arrows here, but oh, that's definitely gonna help. Oh, nice. Cool. I am definitely gonna want to switch, so we're gonna take you. We're gonna take this instead. As I said in the last video, it does 30 damage compared to 25, so that's an extra 5 damage. Cool. And then we got a fire axe, we can use to cut down trees, which actually does 12 damage instead of the 4 for this. So we're gonna put you down here. Definitely gonna use that instead. Let's actually do a little quick save here. I'm completely out of practice with it because I haven't played for a few months. Anything else out here? Nope, doesn't look like it, but at least we got some more arrows. And yes, there we go. No, yeah, let's just use this. It's just because we're also gonna have to trank some animals again, and then I'll have to switch. I usually end up having 2. Eventually I'm gonna have 2 crossbows, so I have one that always has normal arrows and one that always has the trank arrows, because that way I don't have to constantly switch between it with the Q. I can just switch between the two bows, which I find a lot easier. But that's just personal preference. Let's see what is out here. Okay, it actually leads out a little further than I remembered, but that's okay. Let's do this, just in case we run into any animals. I don't think there's any enemies out here, but let's see. Nope. Okay, let's grab you. That gives us some wild seeds, which we're definitely also gonna wanna hang on to. So let's go. Oh, nice. There's an essence over there. Yeah. Those you'll see in the world. They're kind of a rare spawn that you just kind of see randomly. Ooh, some letters. Let's grab that as well. But this is something you can use once you get an alchemy tower. Then you can make fire arrows using the fire essence. Or you can make like freezing arrows with the ice essence. And there's some other essences that you can find. Yeah, let's mine it. Let's mine it, guys. We're gonna need so many resources, so let's just get a little bit here. Yeah, I know I promised a little bit of action in this video, but so far we haven't run into anything. But that's because I chose to go down here, which of course was a good choice if I don't want to use my pistol or yeah. Then it's a good thing to go down here and get that. Ooh, these you're gonna want to grab as well. If you ever see them, grab them because you're gonna need so many of those mushrooms for making potions. But anyway, since I don't want to use my pistol, I'm definitely gonna need those 30 arrows. Let's see what this one has. Ooh, 100 gold coins. Awesome. Okay, let's make sure to do a little save. No, not something I can grab. There we go. Okay, nope, no animals out here. Because usually I skip this until later and then I go and set up my base and then I come back and explore all of Nova because Nova is pretty big. But of course this time I changed it. Okay, well I guess I'm gonna head back over there. Okay, the only disadvantage with me going this way was that now, see there's that nest up there, is that now it is gonna be getting dark soon, so we're kind of in a hurry because I don't have a way of sleeping yet, and it does get kind of dark at night. I think it said in the last patch notes though that they have made it a little lighter during the night, so it's not quite as dark as it was before, but still, especially when recording videos, nighttime is not the best. These, yes, so we get green warrior badges, which is a special currency we're gonna need, and you can see in the bottom right corner now it says area cleansed 2%. So I don't think we actually have any yet, but we're gonna have some tasks down here to actually clear these area, which is kind of a little weird now that we don't have it yet when you can actually clear this. But I guess they've made it so it doesn't pop up until you make it all the way down there potentially. But I guess we'll see, because it used to be that you could see all the cleanse and area tasks right away when you start the game, but nope, not now. Okay, so we're gonna switch to normal arrows because that gorehound there is gonna come at me fairly soon. So we are just gonna do this. Oh, more. Yes. Awesome. Oh, we have another one here. Thank you. I think maybe it's further down. There's definitely some more bunnies here somewhere, but I think it's on the other side of the gorehound potentially. Or at least one more bunny. Let's grab this. So more bullets. Oh, skinning knife. You're gonna need that. Oh, and see, that was one of those boxes with arrows. And we can actually do some cooking in here if you want to make, for instance, some fried meat. Then you can do it in here, and then you can use that to eat if you want to. I'm just gonna hang on to all of that because we are gonna need it for other stuff. And I'm just gonna stick with my canned foods. Okay, well, let's move down here. Oh, yes, oh, that's a new spawn point for these. I don't recall those being right there, but that's nice. So we're gonna have to deal with you. Okay, so you're gonna come right at me here. Oh, nice. Yes. So that little one is kind of a tutorial one, just to kind of teach you how the game works. I'm gonna leave it because I'm gonna come back and loot it, but if I loot this one right now, that spawner will keep spawning a new one. If you want to safely go and loot it, you can still try and loot it and then see if you can make it down there and destroy the spawner before more spawns or while more is spawning. But the safe approach, yes. Destroying monster nests and portals and banners, because there are different types of spawners that you'll have to destroy in the game. But yeah, they will definitely keep spawning, but if you leave the body, then go and destroy the spawner and then come back and yes, tip, a new creature will spawn from a nest only upon looting the previously killed creature. That's a new tip. I hadn't seen that one before. They have made some changes. But anyway, if we leave them lying on the ground and then go and destroy the nest and come back and loot them, that way we don't have to deal with some new spawners, right? Or some new spawning creatures. But you can also just leave the nest and then you can keep killing them, and that way you can farm whatever they drop. So that's another option, but for right now I really want to get rid of this, so we're just going to use our flamethrower. That's what we need that for. You can also use the flamethrower in combat. I don't usually do it. Some people are big fans of it. You just have to make sure you still have enough flamethrower ammo that you can actually delete the nests or the spawners, because you can't do it with anything else. So don't use up all your ammo on combat unless it's really critical and you don't have anything else to fight with, of course. Then you might have to. All signs of corruption will disappear once an area has been 100% cleansed. Yes, so these plants here, for instance, are a sign of infection. So they will be gone once we have 100% cleared this biome. Okay, let's go here, because now it's getting dark. Let's do this, because I seem to recall there being... But it might be too dark for me to actually see it now. It might also be all the way on the other side. I just seem to recall there being a little bunny here somewhere, like a little... I'm not seeing any movement though. One of the little Dutch bunnies or whatever they're called. The ones we got last time were hares, but there are some other bunnies. And there used to be one on, at least one on this path, but I think it's actually on the other side of this building. Otherwise it would likely also have been killed by that enemy, because it would have been too close. But unfortunately, or Slice, the lead designer for Animallica, he has decided recently, or in not too far back, that it would be fun to have some animals that are placed really close to some enemy spawns, which means that it is highly unlikely that you'll be able to save every single animal in the game, because he has placed some of them in a very dangerous situation where you will most likely get them killed when you get close enough to kind of trigger that everything moves around, and then those animals will kind of wander around and then they'll be killed by an enemy, right? So there will just be cases. You can try and be very patient, you can try and reload your saves, but there are some situations where I think it would be pretty much impossible to save them. Not everyone is a fan of him doing that, but as he says, it is a dangerous world out there, and it seems unlikely that you would be able to save every animal in a world like this, right? Ooh, we found a wallet. Nice, with 10 gold coins. Okay, what I'm actually looking for is... Yes, in order to sleep and pass the night, you'll need to craft and place a bed or a sleeping bag, but they have very nicely put a sleeping bag right in here. There we go. Let's grab some of this, but I think we are just gonna make sure to sleep because it is kind of dark, right? So let's go in here, and I'm gonna put this down here. Then you just press F. You can see the current time. Usually, I think they changed it. They changed it so the night time is shorter a while back. So maybe if we get up Well, if we get up at 6 a.m., I'm pretty sure it should be starting to get light. There we go. So it's just gonna count. And then we're gonna wake up. Nice. Yeah, we could probably have gotten up at 5 anyway, but there we go. Cool. You can use this to make drinking water if you want to. I prefer not. Well, I can't remember. I think they changed the... let's just make one. I want to check, double check. It used to be that these, the purified water, were the best ones if you just wanted to have something to replenish your stamina. It gives you 25 stamina and 60 thirst. This gives you 20 stamina and 60 thirst, so it is still better than that one. You still get the same amount of thirst, but you actually get more stamina from this. If you, I believe in the past it used to also give you more thirst, but it doesn't really matter. You can also get stamina and of course thirst from these. You can see 20 from this, 15 from this when it comes to stamina. Energy drink is the best for stamina, but it doesn't give you much thirst. I usually just use this because it's fairly easy to come by. You will need a little bit of drinking water to make some paint, for instance. I think there's one other item, if I remember correctly. Hello, kitty. That we need it for. But I just, yeah, usually keep the purified water, and then we can always make a well or something, and then we can make ourselves some drinking water if we need it. Day 85 and still no tomatoes. WTF. Yeah. Let's see. What do we have here? Yeah, smash the barrel. It just tells you that you can actually do that. So that's what we are gonna do, and you're definitely gonna want to do it because you can get lots of resources from it. This one gave us 8 carrots, but you're definitely gonna want to do this to get all the different types of food and stuff in the game. But look at that, we are really filling up here. It's a good thing that we have twice as many slots for materials, but even for consumables, look at all this stuff. Yeah. Yep. Okay. Well, let's do a little save. Did I grab everything in here? I feel like there was something I was thinking I had to remember to do in here, but... Nope, I guess not. Well, ooh, nails and bolts. Definitely want those. We have some bones. Ooh, never pass up on these. And very often, if you find them like this, in a place like this where there's multiple of them, they will usually respawn. You'll also sometimes come across them where there's just a single one out in the wild somewhere. And those are just random spawns, but there are like little locations like this. If you can remember them, then that would be a place to come back, and then you'll likely have them respawned after you have left the biome and came back. I think that would be... Nope, it just looked like it might have been some strawberries. Okay, well, we do have this little dog here, which we're definitely gonna grab. I'm just still pondering about that bunny. We have some cows. Yeah. Okay, but this one is 6, so we can actually pick this dog up. We don't have to trank it. We're still gonna have to heal it. You need to... You can see it says condition infected. Status confused. This one says status wild. So all of these you're gonna have to both tame and cure. This one just needs to be cured. And then there is this little frog here, which you don't have to do anything with. You can just use it to put it in a vivarium. And you can see this is a little bit rarer. It is a blue one. So there are some animals that are more rare than other ones. Let's grab these. Cool. Okay, let's get going. As you can see, it's quite the hoarder's game, which I absolutely enjoy. Look at this. It is so cute. And we find something even more cute in here. Too cute is its condition. A Persian kitten red, and this one is actually unique. And it says fertility no, because it's never gonna grow up. It's just a little kitten. So it's gonna stay like this. And it's already tamed, so you don't have to tame this one. You can place it directly. I'm not gonna place it until I found a place and I know where I want it, because I don't want to lose it if it wanders off or something. You can stop them from wandering once you've placed them. But I kind of prefer to just keep them. Usually I'll keep them in storage for a while, just until I know what I want to set up with my base. Some people choose to do things differently, but that's a nice thing. You can just do it the way you want. That was that bunny I was wondering about. Let's try and climb up the hill. Yes. See, it's right there. Yes, Dutch Rabbit Black. That's what I remember, that there was at least one. Let's just have a little look. We also have the cows here. They usually take more than one trank arrow. And they will run away. Once we shoot them, they'll try and run away from me. Usually, if you shoot an animal, don't chase it. Just kind of back off, because it will start running away. But if you don't chase it, it will stop. That has changed. It didn't used to always be like that, but usually it is. So they will usually come wandering back towards you. I'll probably wait a little bit with trying with these two, because if you go too close to the bunny, it will run. So it's a good idea to try and spot them and get them before you get too close to them, because it's pretty much impossible to get them if they start running. But the cows want to run away, so I'm gonna try and focus on getting some of these enemies before we get the cows, I think. Okay, I'm not seeing any bunnies, so I think maybe that was the only one. I'm just trying to spot if there's any kind of movement in the grass, because it's really hard to see. You can also choose to turn the grass off in the settings, but you have to go to the main menu to do that. In the main menu, you can lower the grass so that there's less of it, or you can turn it off completely. It makes the game look not so nice, but it can be quite helpful if you're trying to find something that is small, or certain resources that aren't very big, like if you're looking for nests or some of the like strawberry plants and stuff. You can turn the grass off, or if you're trying to find any small animals you've missed in a biome, then you can choose to turn it off for a while. Yeah, I don't see any. I know there's a little dog wandering around, but that should not run anywhere either. So I think we're gonna switch over to normal arrows. And then we have another hatchet right here. Ooh, toilet paper. Why can I hear a dog in that direction? That was weird. There's a dog over here. Right there. But it sounded like there was one over here. Huh. Okay, well, I think what we are gonna do... Ooh, we're also gonna grab this. Gonna be a very, very, very bad person and grab that cursed wood. Seriously, you actually took that? Yep, I did, because we are gonna need some of it for crafting. So some of the horses you'll find are equipped with riding equipment and can be ridden indeed. Oh, that reminds me, we do have a quest, so maybe we should get that done first, because this is chrome. Medicinal plants. I'm just focused on potentially some enemies here, but let's... There we go. Yes. So we found chrome. Let's get off again. Nice. And let's see. So that was completed. Don't have any new objectives yet. We're gonna come back over here, a little one, and get you. But right now, I think we're just gonna go over here and see if we can clear the first enemies right at the entrance, so I don't chase up any animals right into them. I would prefer not to do it. Yes, especially the cows. I feel like the cows have a tendency to run further than I expect if I don't manage to get them tranquilized before they run too fast. So I don't want them to get killed. So we're just gonna try and go over here. Let's do ourselves a little quick save. I'm trying to see any end. Oh, yep, it It seems the facility was attacked by a pack of raiders. You should look for survivors, but don't get your hopes up. Most likely you're on your own now. Yeah. I do see someone in the back there. What I'm most worried about, look at that, we have a big mech over here, is that if there's a dog, like a rabbit dog. See, there's definitely been a fight here. Okay, I'm not seeing one. Did they remove it? There used to be one of these bad dogs here, but... or infected dogs, but I don't see one. Okay, we definitely want to take this out. We can get close enough without getting hurt. There we go. If you remove it, it will be gone forever. If you trigger it, if you walk over it and trigger it, and then you leave it and come back later, it will be armed again. So it's a really good idea to remove those, whether or not you manage to spot them ahead of time, or if you get hurt by them, just get them removed. There we go, we got a new quest. Lovely, more ammo. Awesome. Okay, more rope. Lovely. Hey, maybe there's no doggy. That was the one I was most worried about. I think they have removed some enemies here. There used to be one of these guys right here, as well as one of the bad dogs. Okay, well, I think we are just gonna go back and sort this place out. We also have a book there that we need to read. But let's go over here. Oh, so many things to do. It's just otherwise I'm gonna forget it if I don't go here first. So let's grab this. There's a water pump. We can actually craft one of these ourselves, and as you can see, this one you can actually make the purified water, so that's what we are gonna do. That's much better than drinking water. So let's do that, and then we are gonna do this. There we go. Nice. We got a red dachshund. But yeah, as I said, we can take Chrome, use Chrome to ride around this entire biome here, but you can't bring Chrome to any other biome. I don't usually use the horses much. I generally prefer going on my own 2 feet, but some people love using the horses, so that's just, you know, personal preference. Whatever you prefer. I just prefer going on my own 2 feet. Here we go. I'm weird, I know. At least that's what people tell me. There we go. We got a metal pickaxe, which has 8 damage, so that's better than this one. Let's put you down here. The hatchet only has 7 damage, so I'd rather use the fire axe because that had 12. But we can always choose to sell those extra weapons and tools. I usually just hang on to them, at least for a while, just because I'm a crazy collector. But that should be some of the things that you can safely sell. They don't sell for much though. You get 1 gold for each of these. Let's see what this is gonna give us. Oh, some corn. Thank you. And we have some apples in here. Some hide. An empty chest. Got a tool set 1. Some purified water. Nice. So here's just a tip that tells you about the basic workshop. And we found an old shotgun. Hehe. So this one won't be doing that much damage. It's nice to have in the beginning if you have some ammo for it. We found like 16 shells, so I could choose to use that. But you can get a better one later in the game. Oh, garlic, bell peppers, lovely. Oh, look at that. I don't remember this picture being here last time. Cool. This is so much fun. It's so fun starting over because there's always these little tiny details that have changed in between every time. Okay, so basic workshop. See, already with the weapons we have a lot more here. Let's make sure to make a few more arrows just because we can. So you can choose to make a melee weapon here if you want to. There are better ones, unique ones that we'll be able to find in the world, but it can be something in the beginning, especially if you prefer melee. I tend to stick with the bows myself. There's some more tools and stuff in here. Then we have materials. I think we need... No, No drinking water. I was thinking we needed drinking water for this, but no. We need seaweed and animal fat, yeah. Then we have containers. Yes, so in your own inventory, the only containers you can make is the small wooden box, which is not really worth it to make this one. It doesn't have a lot of slots. You can make the large wooden box, which has as many slots as all of these. What is it, 40 slots or something? 48 slots, I think. I can't even remember anymore for all of these. This one also only has, I think it's 20 slots or something, so it's not really worth it making that one. And this one, the little one, only has the 20 slots as well. So the best ones to make are the ones that have these specialized names. So you can see it's like storage wood, but you can store anything you want in it. It's mostly just, it's called wood because it looks like a wood storage, but you can put, oh yes, it says 50 slots. Aha. But yeah, you can put anything you want in it, which I really, really like because you can use these decoratively. You don't have to use 15 wood storages if you want to store something else in, or you want to store wood in something else, or if you want to use a mix of storage because it might look nicer when you are decorating, right? Then you can use something else. Like in my previous playthrough, I was using one of these cats. I can't remember which one. I think maybe it was this one or maybe that one. I used for wood instead of using this one. So I really like that you can do that. But yeah, there's a whole bunch of different storages here, and we're definitely gonna want to make some of these. I'm just kind of pondering what I actually want to do storage wise this time. I think I might want to go with these. If you want to be very, very efficient with space, this is a good one to go with. It doesn't actually tell you how many slots it has. Unless they've changed it, it has the same, it has 50 slots like these. But you can change the size of this when you're placing it. You can make it smaller, so it takes up less space, and it is already much smaller than these. You cannot change the size of all of these, so they will always take up as much size or as much space. So I think we might try and do a bit of this. Let's start with one. We need more timber, which we can make in here. I have some wood logs, so let's just make a bit of this. Is that enough that I can make one more? I don't necessarily need to make a lot of them. I'm just gonna make 2 because I think we need nails for something else. But then we have a little bit of storage. I love the look of all these. Look at that enrichment storage. We have animal storage. Then you can also, there's more furniture in here, but this is only a small section of all the furniture in the game. Most of it is this like very rustic looking stuff in this workbench. Then we have some of the different buildings in the game. There are some structures, some fences, all these enrichments. Animals do not need to be fed in the game. You can't feed them, and there's no requirement for it, but a lot of people like using some of this just for decoration, right? So if you have some horses or cows or something, you place one of these down in their enclosure if you choose to make enclosures for them, and then it looks like you have fed them, right? Or you can have a meat bowl for some of the carnivores. There's a dog bowl if you have a dog, for instance. This is one of the new ones they added, where there's like more, this might be good for the gorillas and things like that. They added a new ladder recently, which is actually functional, which is really cool. Then we have a sleeping bag, of course, but we already got one. There are spikes, but you don't really have to defend your base or anything, unless you decide to build a base right next to an enemy spawner and within aggro range. Otherwise, and they will only try and attack you or your animals. They will not attack your structures. So I haven't really found any use for these, but maybe other people have. Maybe you can just use them decoratively. Then there's a trail marker you can use when you're exploring. There's a signal fire. It adds a bright orange dot on the radar. Well, it adds actually a signal fire. I don't think it's an orange dot unless they have changed it, but it shows on the radar up here, and I actually do tend to make use of these at times to mark certain things. And then there are some of the crafting stations in the game. Once you get an advanced workshop, it also has some more crafting stations, because You can make like a like this the small laboratory or chemistry station that you can make in here. There's the breeding center. You need the advanced workshop for that. You're also going to need the advanced workshop for making some of the ammo that you can make yourself. Like if you want to make tranq darts for a tranq gun, you're going to need the advanced workshop, for instance. So you are going to want to have this eventually, but other than that, there's a bunch of other ones here. Then we have some consumables. We have a few different pathways, some shelters, settlements. These are the ones I was mentioning previously, that for instance, if you want an apple farm, you're gonna need apples because you need to eat some apples to get apple seeds, right? So it's a good idea to get enough apples so that you can get your 40 seeds, then you can build this, and then after that you can eat all the apples you want, because then this will produce something for you over time. It's based on real life time. They have cut down the time though. It used to be 24 hours, every 24 hours, no matter if you're playing or not. But real life time now, I think it's down to 6 hours or something. You have to wait until it produces something, and it does not accumulate it. So if you play and then you come back a week later, it will only have accumulated 1 day's worth, unless they have changed it. But I don't think they have. So anyway, but you can see there's a lot of settlements in here. So we have bananas and eggplants and strawberries and elderberries and a whole bunch of other stuff. Cow farms, goat farms, and so on. Then there are some pre-made enclosures. You can also just use fences and make some yourself. But yeah, anyway, that was just kind of quickly going through all the different things you can make in this. And there we go. Nice. We have some new stuff to read. It may be that they have changed something. But we are gonna check that out in next time, because as usual, this video has run way too long. That's because of all my rambling. There's just so many things I want to talk about, because there's so much to do in this game, guys. There is so much more to do than what you think right off the bat. The game is actually pretty big, and there is lots and lots of content, lots of areas to explore, lots of crafting to do, lots that you can build, and hundreds of animals you can collect if you so choose. So anyway, that was it for this video, guys. We're gonna continue next time. Get over to the balloon, find a place to set down our base, or start our base, and then we are gonna start the hoarding. Let the hoarding begin. So anyway, that's it for today. Thank you for watching, and as always, do take care and happy gaming.